Hi, my name is Kevin Keane. I'm from Cork. In this video, I'm going to show you just GNSS, so the SP85 in Origin and what it looks like when it's connected to Origin. So when you have your correction dialed in, be it RTK for your radio or a VRS network dialing up to the internet to get correction, this is the display that you'll see on the map screen. So we have our Origin software in here. So if you click in Origin, you have the option of the general survey or roads. You have your time and date, so it's literally compared to your controller. So this is on your controller time and settings. You also have your batteries here. So for this, you'll have a receiver battery and a 2 battery if you're using the Ranger 7, and then 1 battery if you're using the Ranger 5. It also shows you the amount of satellites you're tracking at a time. Shows you the picture of the SP85 or your SP60, whatever kit you're using. Once you select that, it'll give you all the GNSS functions. So one would be your base mode. So if you're setting up your base, you'll connect to your SP90M to set up your base, and then your rover will be your SP85. You can also go into Bluetooth to create a new Bluetooth connection should your receiver be changed. You can go into data link to either disconnect from the VRS and use your RTK in your radio by just selecting number 4. You can use internal radio, hit connect, and it'll open up the internal channels in your receiver to select the list that matches the receiver signal in the base. You can also start your survey by just clicking on it or ending the survey, power down your receivers, seeing the amount of satellites, your live position, so on and so on. So I'll start the survey. I'm going to use an RTK. It dials up the RTK, gives me my percentage, and then it goes into the screen and says, right, the survey started, do I want to end? So if I go escape, you'll see that it's checking RTK.
Initialization has been gained.
It'll initialize the receiver. Once there's a number of receivers, it'll go down into a fixed position, and this will work in RTK and VRS. Okay, so this is you on the screen, so this is indication of you, the receiver. So if I go up here, this is the height. So it's the SP85. So if I put a height of 2 meters, enter, it's bottom of antenna mount. So write that down to the bottom, and then it gives me my true height. I accept in there. So if I was just doing a quick survey here now, and I wanted to measure, so I'm going to measure this point here. I'm going to measure point name, just call it 1. Code, if you were using a feature library here, you can hit the play button, and then you'll have all your feature libraries here. So if I just say S for spot level, select that, hit enter. Topo point is a number of seconds, so you can set up a number of seconds, so be it 2, 3 or 5 seconds. You can drop down, do a rapid point, which is 1 second. You can do observe control point, which is default 180 seconds. You have a multi-tilt point, so it's 2 points to get the tilt, and then a calibration if you're calibrating a base station. So I'm just going to do a topo. Should you want to configure any of these, you can go into options here and change the time and auto store the point. For example, when the time has elapsed 5 good measurements. Okay, so number of measurements 3, occupant time is 5. So I accept. So I'll hit measure. It'll count down. I have my e-bubble here that my pole is level.
Observation stored.
And it stores that reading. Okay, so if I go away and come back later again and I want to actually set out this point, I can just exit out of that, tap on the point, and it gives me a blue dot. So if you have a CAD drawn, you can select it. You have a blue dot there. You can actually click on it. It'll automatically go to Stakeout. You can also hold down the screen. You can review the joystick, you can stake it out, or you can navigate or delete the point. So what I'll do is point 1, that's what it is, that's what I just surveyed. Now I'm going to stake it out, and it gives me the details there. Your e-bubble can be moved around on the screen if you so wish, or else you can just click here and it'll disappear into the menu. Okay, so it'll tell me go north, go east, elevation, and it'll say cut, but I can put in a design elevation there. But just say if I moved a little bit, so I'm going to just bring up the joystick here, so as you move along, so if I just move over here a little bit, you see that it's updating the map. So if we go out within 2 meters, there'll be an arrow to indicate to go to that. And then once you get close to it, it'll actually start counting down. So there you go. There's now, and then you say 1 mil, 3 mil, and you say you're happy with that. You can measure that point. Comes up with stake point, so you can call it stake point 1 if you wish, code, whatever code you want to give it. So spot level again. Enter. This time you can do a rapid point, hit measure, and then it stores the details. It gives you all the details there of your stake point, and that's your GNS function
Observation stored.
recorded and stored in Origin. Thanks.